welcome back to my channel. Today is 1 year since I got my boobs done and I can't believe it. It's their birthday! Yay! So I thought I'd just give you a bit of an update on what's going on with them now. I haven't really done anything different, nothing's changed with them. I just love them. The only issue I'm having is I don't know fully what bra size I am. I'm between a C and a D. I don't know if that's possible. If there's a double C, then send them my way, but I don't know what size to get. A lot of the time, either my nipples are falling out of things or I'm gaping, so I don't really know what size I'm meant to be, but all I know is I'm not an A cup anymore and I'm so happy. So when I got my boobs done, I did it for myself. I was 25. I wanted it done. It was a present to myself. I've wanted it done for such a long time. I did used to get bullied about it, about how small they used to be when I was at school, which is quite silly considering you're going through puberty at school, so no one's really allowed to judge anyone on the size of their tits because it's not your fault. Nice one guys out there who feel the need to do that to girls. Yeah, so a year ago I decided to go onto the knife and I did it and I'm so happy with my decision. So I went to the Mcindoe surgery in East Grinstead, which is near where I live, and my surgeon was called Mr. Dheansa. He was amazing. He's given me exactly what I asked for. I went for one consultation first and he discussed everything, all the options, what I wanted, asked me as many questions as he needed to, and I asked him things as well, and he answered them honestly. He did take pictures and told me what he'd be able to do with them. Before I had my boobs done, this part of my chest was very concaved. I have some sort of condition, I don't know what it's called, but basically my ribs are like that instead of normal. So it meant that when he did do the surgery, he did have to basically put the implants closer together to give me more of a cleavage to cover up this gap, which I still have. It's still noticeable, but it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. So yeah, he's managed to give me cleavage out of nothing basically, and I'm so happy. I went for the silicone gel round implants. You can go for teardrop shaped, but because my boobs were so small, he didn't really need to give me teardrop shape. It was just easy to go for the round silicone ones, which is fine with me because they're cheaper. Cost wise, it cost me in total £4,205. I took 1 week off work and my mum came down and looked after me for a week. You do need someone to be with you. I wouldn't recommend doing it on your own. The hardest thing for me is going from a laying down position to get back up again. You don't realise how much you use your pectoral muscles, especially when you're trying to get in and out of a bath as well. Like, to push yourself off of something, you actually have to use your boobs, and I never knew that. But yeah, that was the only issue that I had, just like getting from one position to another. That's the only issue that I had with recovery. My recovery was pretty easy. I had about 2 days where I was in, I'd say about 6 or 7 out of 10 in pain. The painkillers they give you work like magic. The only issue that I had was when you go under anaesthetic, you do get a bit constipated, which is bloody lovely. But that's literally the only issue I had. My scars, they were itchy, which is a normal thing. I'll show you what they look like now. With me and scarring, I actually keloid. I don't know if any of you know what that means, but basically it just affects the way that your scars heal. They don't heal fully and they don't go invisible, they just basically look like a bit of a mess. So my friend got hers done 2 weeks before me and her scars are basically invisible, whereas mine are still quite noticeable, but it doesn't bother me. I'm used to that. My scar's keloid and I've got to accept that in life. But I'll show you my scars in this clip here. This bikini, by the way, is from, where's it from? Yeah, this bikini is from Azella Collection on Instagram. I'll link them down below. It's a bit of a weird fitting though. I got a size medium. It's too big for me here, but Sorry guys, it's a little bit small for me on the boobs. No, my nipples are coming out, but I just thought I'd wear it because it looks nice. But yeah, it's a great bikini. I can't wait to wear it on holiday. I'm going on holiday in July, and it's my second holiday of my new boobs, and I'm just so happy that I get to feel comfortable now in a bikini instead of trying to hide. So going back to recovery, as I said before, I took 1 week off work. I was able to drive after a week, even though my surgeon told me not to. He said to drive after 2 weeks, but for some reason I thought I was king of the world and I was able to drive after a week, and I went back to work, and all I noticed was I had nipple erection all the time. That's basically it. That's the only issue I faced in recovery. So for about 6 to 8 weeks I had nipple erection non-stop, and it was very sensitive, and they did become quite sore, especially when you're driving and you've got your seatbelt across your nipple. It wasn't the greatest feeling in the world, and wearing sports bras isn't very attractive. So my clothing situation after my boob job was very baggy tops, trying to cover up these hideous straps from the sports bras that I was wearing. Sleeping was a bit odd. I obviously, like most people, sleep on my side, so I had to sleep on my back for about 6 weeks, I would say. Most of the time I actually preferred to sleep on the sofa, because that way it stopped me from rolling from one side to another, so it stopped me from falling onto my boobs. But one night I just hopped into bed and I managed to somehow lay half on my side and half on my back, and that was quite comfortable. I did feel my boob fall into my armpit, which is the weirdest feeling I've ever felt in my life, because you go from having nothing to having a tit in your armpit. It's just weird. But I don't really know what else to talk about, because I've gone over most of the things that I've spoken about in my previous videos already. So I think this might be the last time I talk about them. So unless you guys want to see another video, or I can do a Q&A and you've actually got a list of questions you want me to answer, then comment down below or like the video. But other than that, goodbye from these, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!